Ability stones and engravings. What's changing with tier 4 now that it's out? Ability stones right now in tier 3 serves one purpose. The points help us with the accessories to unlock the level 3 of the engravings, so that we have 5x3 plus 1, 5x3 plus 2. But with the ARK passive, once we're ready for ARK passive, which will take a long time, once we go transition here, it will take a long time. Once again, key point. We're gonna have the ARK passive engravings. You select pretty much what engravings you want to use. You're gonna select 5 combat engravings, and they go up to relic now. So what happens is that in tier 4, once you go into the ARK passive, the points on the rock doesn't really make your engravings work. TLDR in tier 4, the ability stones just enhance the engraving of the rock you cut. So let's say, for example, you cut Grudge and Keen Blunt. You succeeded all 6, then you get level 1 perk. And then if you get 7 successes, that level, you get level 2. And then at 9th, you get level 3. And then at 10th, level 4. Same thing with Keen Blunt. Notice how 8 is not respected. So 8 rock is the same as 7 rock. Even the but Zeals, 8 plus 8 is 16 successes. Shouldn't I be respected for that? I don't know why Smilegate hates 8. Same thing with 8-7. 8-7 is luckier than a 7-7. However, you are not respected. So what you could do for now is that you could favorite the engravings you want to see drop in Chaos Dungeons, so that in the future, later time, when you're ready to go to ARK passive and you're not really happy with your rock, you could just cut it for free without buying it from the auction house. I had like 20 of them. I sold a lot of them yesterday. So for now, ability stone serves to pretty much, like, if I unequip the ability stone, look at that. Ambush Master is not level 2 or 3. Look at that. And my adrenaline is missing. So I need the ability stone to make it right, to make it 5x3 plus 1 or 5x3 plus 2. But once we are ready to go to the ARK passive, and once we go there, we're gonna have to slot in 5 combat engravings we want to use. And my rock is an adrenaline as well as ambush master rock. So it is enhancing my adrenaline and enhancing my ambush master, because it is a 10-6 rock right here. It's a 10-6 rock, 10 in adrenaline, 6 is grayed out. It's grayed out. Now that ARK passive is activated, this says ARK passive bonus. ARK passive, ambush master level 1, and then adrenaline level 4. So what got grayed out, Zeals? The points got grayed out. The 10 and the 6 don't matter anymore, because we're not trying to, like, you know, make it 15 to get level 3 of Grudge and stuff like that. All that matters is the bonus now. Okay, and then do you see the green thing? It says level bonus. Because I have 5 points, 4 plus 1 is 5, I get 1.5% base attack. So the base attack is applied right there. It's rewarding the people that got 10-6, 9-7, and above rocks. The important thing is, you have to have the combat engravings equipped. And the ability stone, hopefully you cut the ability stone that you have equipped, because it's going to enhance it, depending on how successful you got. So I got super successful with Adrenaline, because I got 10 out of 10. And then I got a 6 with Ambush Master. If we look down at the blue rock, Ambush Master level 1 gives 2.7% more damage. So it enhances the Ambush Master. At level 4, fully maxed, every stack of Adrenaline gives me 0.95% attack increase per stack. There's 6 stacks. The ability stone right now is acting as an enhancer, a juicer to the engravings that I use in the ARK passive. So basically everyone's gonna have 5 combat engravings. It's not gonna be like the old days where some people had access to more engravings than others. For example, I have more engravings than other blades with the current tier 3 system, because I have a 10-6 rock, so I could enjoy Adrenaline 2. Some people don't have that. They have only one node, 5x3 plus 1. So with the ARK passive, most people will say the same. Some people who cut a better rock, more successful nodes than others, will enjoy a little bit more damage. That's about it. 8 plus 6 is 14. 7 plus 7 is 14, but one gets more point than the other. Now, is this enough reason for you to cut a new rock? That's up to you. That's up to you. It's like 0.7% more damage. Enough of a reason for you to go cut a new rock? Then start saving your rocks today by, like I said, setting the favorites. setting the favorites of what you think you're going to be using in the end game in the ARK passive. Now, I do not know what we're going to use 6 months from now. I don't know what class will use what engravings. It is too early to tell. But you can start favoriting them right now. And if they drop, just store it into your inventory and get ready. If losing 0.7% damage bothers you, I think we're ready to talk about the veterans. We're going to transition into then, what is a good rock? Because the developers have listened to some of the feedback about the adrenaline rocks not being respected, right? Because a lot of people cut X adrenaline rock in the past, like Grudge adrenaline, Ray Captain adrenaline, Cursed adrenaline, those guys. So during the newsletter 2 weeks before tier 4 dropped, they disrespected adrenaline owners. The value was lower per stack of adrenaline. It gave less attack. But with the drop of tier 4, now we have the finalized math. And Portia made a great video detailing who wins. So I'm going to translate what is on the paper. I wanted to show you this because people believe math. Adrenaline rocks, the higher the point, adrenaline 10, adrenaline 9 on the rock is good now. 5.4% increase. All right. What the exact number isn't important. You just need to know what is a good rock for veterans. Cursed All is 5.1. And then Hitmaster, Barricade, and Stabilized. I mean, what is that one that if you're above? So they changed engraving. They changed this engraving to 65%, above 65%, which is good because now you can drink adrenaline and still get the 16% damage increase. Stabilized status. All right, stabilized status. Right? So those guys are tier 4. And then mass increase, tier 5. Remember though, just because mass increase is better than Ray Captain doesn't mean you go cut a mass increase rock, guys, for a 0.01%. You have to have the engraving equipped. Ambush Master is 5%. So the lower the Ambush Master, the better. So Grudge got kind of disrespected. The higher your Grudge, okay? So Grudge 9 and 10. So this is all at level 10. Adrenaline 10, Crystal at 10, right? So, Grudge is down here. If you don't have a lot of crit damage, like, for example, classes that don't have crit damage on the tripods and stuff like that, right? So, like Gunslinger, Keen Blunt is really good. Keen Blunt, Cursed All is really good for Gunslinger. That doesn't mean go out there and go cut Adrenaline and Cursed All. We don't really know if Gunslingers will continue to use Cursed All. It might change. We might go use Stabilized Status. However, so far, my Gunslinger is winning. My Blade was looking smudged because the higher the Adrenaline, the worse. But with the tier 4 dropping, my 10 Adrenaline rock is best in slot, dude. Yo, that's how it should be, baby. My Shock Scrapper kind of got hurt. My Shock Scrapper has Keen Blunt. So she's kind of hurt. If I had a Grudge Adrenaline, I'd be 0.2%. Ooh, 0.2%. Right, this is only for people that actually care. It's not that important. Let me tell you who is important for. All-out attack and supercharged rocks. All-out attack and supercharged rocks. So if you have an all-out attack 9 or 10, right? You have a 9/7 all-out attack. It's only enhancing your casting skills. Comprende? And Hitmaster in tier 4 doesn't increase your awakening damage, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know what Gunslinger is gonna do with the hyper awakening. Are we still gonna use Hitmaster? So Hitmaster Rock Andes, kind of like if you have a 9/7 Hitmaster, you might be shaking a little bit right now. With the hyper awakening, why would we continue to use Hitmaster is what I'm saying. I was hoping that they would rework Hitmaster, but I kind of get it. There'll be just so many 16% Andes, 60% engravings. So where is Hitmaster? Hitmaster, it says that it will increase your damage by 60% as long as it's not a back attack or a head attack skill. However, your awakening is not affected. And they just buffed awakening damage for non-spec classes or non-spec builds, right? With the tier 4 drop-in, because of the hyper awakening, so swiftness classes as well as crit classes, they're going to notice that their awakening damage has increased. You know, some classes like Sorks or Gunslingers, we might drop Hitmaster and go Stabilized Status. We don't know yet. We don't know yet right now because nobody, like all the veterans are not gonna cut a new rock. They're gonna just use this in tier 3. They're gonna use this tier 3 setting. And then in the ARK passive, they'll think about it then. They'll cut a new rock then. But for now, you'll see Gunslingers. Oh, how come Gunslingers in they're still using Hitmaster? Because they're gonna continue to use this setting. Why waste gold and peons right now when they're so valuable right now at the start of tier 4? So you'll still see Hitmasters. I mean, you'll still see like Gunslingers and Sorks still using Hitmaster. But later on, you might start seeing Gunslingers use stabilized status. Or even, you know, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? With the tier 4, mass increase as well as Cursed All gained a lot of value. Because they're no longer attack increasers, they're damage increasers. So when you log in, guys, you might notice that your attack went down, but you're doing more damage because you're not going to be having that diminishing returns from the attack. What about support? Supports can even be cheaper. You can get away with it. So you could cut a 10-0 rock, and you're good. 9-0 rock, you're good. 7-0 rock, you're good. 6-0 rock, you're good as a support. So support really only need one rock. And everything else is optional. That rock is Awakening. The bald orange man. Because the higher the level of your Awakening rock, it lowers the cooldown of your Awakening. You could even argue you don't even need that. I want to show you guys, right? Instead of just yapping. So Awakening rock enhances the cooldown reduction. So if you have 6 into Awakening, 6% reduction in cooldown. 7.5 at 7 nodes. 9 nodes, 10.5% cooldown reduction on your Awakening, and then 12% on Awakening 10. Okay? Ooh, so Awakening 10 rock versus Awakening 6 rock is doubled. 6% versus 12%. All right, so these are the swappables. Even Expert could be a swappable. We call these the swappable. So you could swap Heavy Armor or Drops of Ether for like Vital Point. Okay? So let me show you guys what Drops of Ether does, because I said it's like nice. So the Ether, the effect of the Ether gets increased by 12%, 15%, 21%, and 24%. So if you have Drops of Ether and I eat your balls, I'm gonna love your balls. Am I gonna get not copyright, but am I gonna get censored? Depending on how many levels of Drops of Ether you have, your balls become delicious. Please don't demonetize my video. Okay, so yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Now, if you have like Awakening and Expert rock, what does Expert do? What does Expert level 1, 2, 3, 4 do? So for those that are under 50% HP, shield and HP regeneration gets increased by 4, 5, 7, and 8%. Heavy Armor rock increases your armor by additional 12, 15, 21, and 24%. But some supporters, they're like, dude, I don't even need that much. And also supporters, good news, you might not even need relic engravings. Nice. Like, why would you go buy relic heavy armor? Do you need 16% additional armor? If you're already fine with heavy armor 3, right? Why go to heavy armor 4 by buying relic heavy armor, right? And why cut heavy armor rock, right? It's just overkill. Now, Magic Stream, it just increases the mana regeneration rate. Vital Point, where is Vital Point? I think it's better to show you guys than just saying it. Visual. So your stagger basically increases to 4, 5, 7, and 8. And I want to show you guys the Supercharge and All Out Attack. Okay? Supercharge. So charging skill increased damage by 3%, 3.75, 5.25, as well as 6%. Supercharge. So, Cursed All rock, right? The more you have into Cursed All, it just increases damage. This is to bosses. This is to just all damage by 3 and up to 6%, right? This is only for charging skills. So if you have 3 of your skills that are not charging skills, yeah? Whereas Cursed All, so if you're gonna use Cursed All, Grudge, and Supercharge, I'd rather have a rock that enhances all my damage, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. And the same thing with All Out Attack. All Out Attack is for holding and casting skills. At level 4, 6% damage increase. So for new players and returnees, unless you're gonna do content that is 5xp plus 1, I would not cut a rock at all, because you have the Engravings support system rolling out in July 17th. For new players who want to transition into the endgame content later, and you're still not ready to go to ARK passive, then I might think about cutting a rock just to get 5xp plus 1. But more information about that, whether you should do that or not, later. Yeah, whatever class your class needs. There's guides for this, right? Just follow the guides. Or where's Hitmaster? Do the Hitmaster like that. And then you just apply that right there. You apply that right there. So new players, don't even cut rocks. But you still need to understand the rock system, because one day you may have to stop using this. And then some raid leaders, if you do plan to get into the end game, they'll be like, yo, you need to have 5 engravings plus 1. So until that moment comes, don't cut rocks. If you're a veteran, don't cut rocks. TLDR. Just know what's good now. Know what has value. Know what has changed. And then plan ahead. So that when the build's finalized, then you can cut the rocks that you have saved from Chaos Dungeons. So the whole point of the video, don't cut rocks. Yo, don't cut rocks yet. Don't cut rocks yet.